Welcome to another edition of Islanders Insiders. We come to you from the locker room once again today here at Dugan Stadium on the campus of Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi. We're going to talk some Islanders soccer with head coach Shannon Caldwell and Islanders volleyball with head coach Tony Greystone. He'll be coming up in just a few moments. We also got special features today on some of our fine Islanders athletes. Let's start things off, though, with the head coach of Islanders soccer, Shannon Caldwell. How you doing?
Good. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you. Since the last time we spoke, 1-1-1. As you won one, you lost one, and you tied one. You've pretty much experienced every level of competitive emotion, haven't you?
You know, we like to keep it interesting. Yeah.
No doubt. Obviously, coming back home, last game here against Lamar, big win. We'll talk a lot about that. I think the common denominator in that game and pretty much all of your games this season is the fact that your defense has just been outstanding.
You know, I think it's making sure everybody's on the same page. There's making sure that you're, in the right formation and that you're shifting and, covering each other. And, after that, it becomes just an attitude and a mentality that you're not going to get beat. And if you do that, you know that your teammates are there to help you out. And, the girls really just take pride in what they do. And, they're not afraid to make a mistake. And they bounce back. They have a strong mental ability to just stick into the game and know that whatever they're faced with, they're up for the challenge.
Well, this past game I mentioned against Lamar, a shutout win, exceptional. It was shown that your team could generate offense as well. We talk about the defense on a regular basis, but 4 goals, all completely different. 1 just inside the box, a PK, 1 in transition, and 1 from distance. When you have 4 different scores on the day and you can spread the wealth like that, how does it affect the confidence level of your team, especially on the offensive end of the field?
It was huge to get the goals yesterday's game. Just, the defense has been doing a great job, allowing us to be in the games and giving us a chance to win. And then yesterday having the goals scored just took some pressure off of them, and it was just a nice confidence boost for all the hard work that they've been doing and all the the practice and the repetition of finishing, and to get the results yesterday. It was nice to see. You could see a little bit of relief coming off of their shoulders. So it was definitely a good result yesterday. An
outstanding result. Yvette Franco picked up another goal, which was ultimately the game winner, considering it was a shutout. It was the first goal of the game. Were you surprised that she was left unmarked in the box the way she was, kind of allowing herself to gather herself, get time, and then deliver the ball clearly?
Yeah, she did well just to find a spot. And for whatever reason, they didn't pick her up, and she stayed very composed and just placed the ball into the corner. She'd been struggling she didn't rush, and she had a great goal against Incarnate Word off of a header, and she'd been struggling just connecting, getting her knee over the ball, striking and getting it on frame. And so for her to connect on that was a big confidence boost, I think, for her.
Oh, there was no doubt. Now, we talked briefly after the game about someone who I thought had a really complete performance, and that was Haley Sutton. Haley is a sophomore, walk-on last year, and truthfully, she picked up a great goal in transition, as we talked about, but it was just an overall game of good decisions, assists along the way, just a really complete performance.
I was so happy for Haley. She's been, has had an up and down season, getting her confidence back, and struggled at McNeese, and Friday night at Incarnate, and then again Sunday. She just was on. Mentally she was plugged in, and she was doing all the little things, getting up and down the field, and for her to be able to stick one in the back of the net and just to watch her celebration was great. It's fun to see the energy and the enthusiasm out there. They work really hard, and to just kind of let loose and show their personalities is really nice to see.
She had the big shot coming from the left side. Actually, earlier in the game in the first half, on the right side, she had a left footer that had a real good opportunity as well.
We were like, oh, pass it. And then she cracked that shot. I'm like, oh, all right, keep shooting.
If you're going to deliver like that, go right ahead. But, yeah, just a really nice game. Now, Dugan Stadium, it was pretty steamy again, as it was. We saw a little bit more rain early in the day. Actually had a delay before we started the game of 45 minutes due to lightning, but are field conditions ever a concern for you? I mean, we have a great field, and a lot of people know that, but are they ever a concern you when we continue to have this weather, this rain concerns?
No, we actually, it's one time we're definitely very lucky in the quality of the surface that we get to play on out at the Jack. That, unless it's lightning, we're going to get our game in, and field conditions aren't going to be a problem. Our field actually plays very well when it's wet. So, we just excited the lightning moved off, and we can play in rain all day. So it was definitely
Cools
a little,
things down sometimes.
Yeah, it
doesn't
was definitely a little warm after when the sun came out, but it was great. We got ours in, and I think it was Central and Nichols. Their game was postponed. So we definitely have an advantage with that.
There is no doubt, and with that, the steaminess, the heat, there's always that turns into coaching concerns about getting people in, getting people out, making sure people get the allotted rest, because it is a challenge.
We definitely got to, because our team is competing so well in practice and challenging each other, other people have been stepping up, and we're able to make subs, and there's no letdown in quality. We're able to still attack. We're still able to play the same system and implement the things that we want, which is definitely an advantage. And went in, I think we took a vet out about 25 minutes left in the first half, and Becca went in and just kept the level as strong as it was, and just kept putting their team under pressure in the first half. And we had examples of that all over the field on Sunday, so it was really nice to see.
Dugan Stadium, the Jack as you call it, has been pretty good to you in Southland play. 2-0 at home in Southland competition. The next 3 contests are going to be played here in Corpus Christi. The next one is going to be Friday night against Abilene Christian. What do you consider, in your definition, a home field advantage?
Well, I think the girls feel comfortable playing here. We get our whole team with us. It's hard to travel everybody on the long bus rides, and so having everybody here, because it is a whole team effort. Just knowing that, and they band together and they get excited, and along with the crowd, we've definitely had some weather issues deterring some people from coming out, but that's okay. The girls still know that the community supports them, and that we get tweets and Facebook messages, and so that they take pride in what they do here, and they want to perform well.
Also, Abilene Christian this Friday, it is Kick Cancer Night. Why is it important to you to be sure to have a pink game?
Yeah, it's definitely a close to my heart, and as well as many of the girls on the team. We all know somebody that either personally, firsthand, or through someone else that has been affected by breast cancer, and they're either a survival story or not so lucky. And just raising awareness and helping hopefully prevent with early screenings, or just keeping the awareness up that it is a disease that needs our help, and finding a cure, and we're proud to take part in it, and so we're hoping to do that again on Friday night.
Abilene Christian coming to town, 7 o'clock start time at the Jack, Dugan Stadium here in Corpus Christi. Coach, good luck to you.
Thank you.
When we come back, we got a special feature on Islanders soccer and their senior players. That's coming up right here on Islanders Insider.
Whether you're on the road or at home, GoIslanders.com is your source for Texas A&M Corpus Christi athletics. From live stats to live video to all the latest news, GoIslanders.com has everything to keep you up to date on all the latest on your favorite Islanders team. Check out Islanders schedules and statistics and learn more about the student athletes at the Island University. Get tickets, Islanders game day gear, and more by clicking your way to GoIslanders.com today. Go Islanders!
Welcome back to Islanders Insider. This time we have a special feature brought to you by Teddy Medina, focusing on the seniors of Islanders soccer.
The 2014 Islanders soccer team has a trio of outstanding seniors in Aluna Village, Elisa Miller, and Sarah Chanley. The 3 different personalities help contribute to their leadership as a group.
It was great that we were able to have some, more than one senior in this year's class, and each of them are unique and have a different personality, which just kind of helps blend things together.
Each of the seniors came from different backgrounds and different schools coming here, and so they each brought a different style of play and a different style of leadership, and having that each player is able to relate to at least one of them, which helps a lot because not everyone's going to be able to relate to each person. And so having 3 seniors that are so different but work so well together really helps bring the team together.
They knew coming in that there would be challenges in transferring to a new program, but accepted their roles in building a legacy.
Everyone that chose to be a part of this program knew going in that it was going to be a fight, but they all, it took a big personality to come in and start something and be the foundation and take the risks right away and take some of the lumps along the way, but knowing that no one can take away that they were the first group. And these 3 definitely, exemplify that. Miller came from a strong college that was in the JUCO National Finals. Aluna came from a great program at Bridgeport. And Chanley, transferred in from Iona. All 3 had been at another place and been at successful, programs and had some wins. And so just taking that character and coming here made a difference for our program and put us in a good spot to start growing our culture. And they were willing to take the risks and they wanted that challenge. And we've had bumps and bruises along the way, but that they knew that going in. And I definitely thank them for sticking through it.
At first it was frustrating, but I knew coming in that was going to be the case. I took it as a challenge. Like, was I going to come in and be angry by the way we were going to start off, or was I going to use it to motivate myself and to motivate everyone else to do better? And so coming in from a different school, from a very well-established program, my freshman year we were nationally ranked. So, coming in seeing that, we're brand new, where I knew we weren't going to get the results that we wanted. So I knew that coming here, it was going to help these freshmen. At least I was going to be way nicer than the people that I had to deal with when I was a freshman. The seniors and juniors were really rough on us, and so coming here I thought, okay, I'm going to do exactly the opposite of what they did and help these girls get adapted to college level, and that's exactly what my goal was.
The team is doing all they can to try to put a run together to make it to the Southland Conference Tournament to extend the careers of the seniors.
I think it would be great if in the second year of the program we could accomplish that task. It would definitely be a huge moment, and it would be nice to be able to see them stay on the field a little bit longer.
It's really emotional, both on the excitement and the sadness. Every game that I can step out on the field and play, I'm really excited. I don't really think about the fact that I only have 5 or 6 games left, and then at the end of the day, I realize I only have 5 or 6 games left. So it's really emotional, really exciting, and I'm just doing everything that I can.
It's really nerve-wracking, actually. Every practice I go into, I try to give it 100%, and I make sure everyone around me is giving it 100%, or I do everything I can. I find myself getting crazy sometimes, but that's just because I want to continue playing. And obviously this is my last year, so I want to do everything I can in order for us to win. And I obviously want to play as long as we possibly can and to extend our season, because this is the last time I'll probably be playing soccer.
For Islanders Insider, I'm Teddy Medina. We'll be right back.
The Southland Conference is 4,200 student athletes from 13 member institutions, competing in 17 NCAA Division I sports. We are Southland Strong.
Welcome back to Islanders Insider. It's time to talk a little Islanders volleyball with head coach Tony Greystone. Coach, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. Since the last time we talked, your team has gone 2-1, playing all 3 games at the Dugan Wellness Center on the campus of A&M Corpus Christi. Win over Houston Baptist, most recently a win over Northwestern State, and in the middle we had the loss to Stephen F. Austin, one which we'll talk about a little bit more today. But I wanted to ask you this. The level of play in the league has truly elevated, and truthfully you can see some substantial strides in some programs, in particular Houston Baptist.
For sure, yeah. And you can tell that, when everybody's out recruiting, we're all looking at the same players. There's so much good volleyball in Central and South Texas, all the way up into Dallas, and so the pool of talent is really strong. And everybody's getting the same type of kid, and so, it makes sense that the parity would be there. And and each program year by year gets a little bit better.
Houston Baptist was your first team you faced in those three-game homestand. In the victories, in particular, Houston Baptist and Northwestern State, one player in particular, your first Team Southern Conference performer, Brianna Brink, really stepped up. And as a matter of fact, against Houston Baptist, had a first time. She's a senior, but it's the first time it ever happened where she had her 20-20 game.
Right.
20 kills in 20 digs.
Yeah, and we needed every one of them too. It was good to see her really step up in the back row, and obviously she's a front row player. That's what she's in there for. And we leave her in the back row because we like to use her swinging out of the back row. And there's certain days where we don't leave her in there, but for the most part, she's held her own. And against HBU, that was a matchup that we really liked to take advantage of. And she was just on in the back row. Our whole team was playing great defense, and so it kind of caught us all off guard because at the end of the match we looked at the box score and there it was. So she was pretty fired up about it, and we were too.
Yeah, we talked to her at the post-game tailgate, which was quite nice, by the way. Thank you again to the volleyball parents for putting that on, but she was pretty pumped up about those 20 days.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the way it is. If you're a short girl, you get fired up about a kill. If you're a big girl, you get fired up about a dig, and so this was good for her to get 20 of them.
No doubt. Now, the wins were more about complete team performances, while in the loss, the SFA won. I guess there was one stat that really jumped out, and I don't really. I probably don't have to say it, but I will. The blocks.
Yeah.
The defending the net.
Yeah.
I know it was a little frustrating. What was the difference? Was it their execution or was it more our inefficiency?
I think it's both. I mean, SFA is a really physical team, fast offense, and they've got two really nice middles and a right side that they run some tempo with, and they just took advantage of some good matchups. And for us, blocking has not been our strength for the last couple of years. It's something we work on every single day, but it's just not out of the primary skills of volleyball, that's the weakest one for us. And so HBU, we didn't block very well either, but we dug everything in sight and were able to pull it out with a good defensive match. SFA just wouldn't let us do that. Those balls were to the floor before the diggers could touch them. But we rebounded really well against Northwestern, had 10 blocks in that match, and you could see all the work we'd put into that skill over last week was starting to finally pay off. So I'm hoping and expecting that as we move forward, this will not be such a big weakness for us.
Whenever someone gets a big block, you can tell that's probably one of the biggest pump ups you can get.
Oh yeah, it's a huge momentum change, and it's blocking is all about the confrontation, and so when you confront a hitter at the net and you win that battle, then yeah, you let it out and everybody likes it.
One of the people that has picked it up and picked up a few blocks along the way, junior transfer Kelsey Felix. Now, her production, has it been a bit of a surprise for you? Because I saw her probably coming in this year as a transfer as maybe your third middle, but really she's now coming off as an offensive weapon rotating with Brittany Gilpin.
Yeah, she's been a really nice surprise for us, and she's really an outside hitter. She played 2 years at Kingsville, and that's her position, and she came to us and we knew she was going to transfer in and just be a part of the program. We really didn't know what her role was going to be, and then we lost the middle last minute before two-a-days started, and we talked to her about it, and she's like, yeah, let me try it. And so it's taken her a little while to get the speed of it down, getting her feet wet, but now she's right there, and she's an outstanding side-out middle for us. We can run set plays with her, and she's really doing a nice job. Her block's gotten better and better as we've gone along. I think right now she's leading the conference in attack percentage, and she's just hitting at a really high level. So we can add the transition part to her game, then we'll have a more complete player. But for right now, she's doing a really good job.
One game you might see a role player like Maddie Wall playing all four sets. The next game, it'll be someone else entirely, like a Kate Klepetka. How do you make those choices on who will see the floor? Is it really matchups, or is it the practice performance going in?
It's a little both. Kate had been playing a lot and starting most of the season. Went into a little bit of a funk and took a little while to pull herself out. And while she was doing that, Maddie Wall was just knocking it out in practice. And so we gave her a chance, and she really stepped up and played well. This last Saturday against Northwestern, we felt like Kate was just a better matchup because of the defensive reads that we were going to have to make. And that's turned out to be the right choice. But I think going forward, you'll see both of them play quite a bit.
They're earning it.
Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt. Now, the schedule is favorable for you as you head on the road this week. First, you face Incarnate Word, a team you've already defeated in tournament play earlier in the year, and Abilene Christian, a squad that really has not picked up a conference win yet. Now, at this time of season, does this matchup this week make you happy, or does it make you nervous?
Oh no, we're happy. Honestly, we feel good about whoever we're playing right now. I feel like we're playing well. We're going to go on the road, but we're going to play two teams we've already seen this year, and so it's going to help our prep a little bit. We've already game planned for these guys once, and now it'll just be deciding if there's any adjustments to make since the first time we played them. But the team will be confident going in, obviously, and the difference will be now we're playing on the road and playing in their gym, so that will be a factor for sure.
There's confidence, but you don't want overconfidence.
Absolutely, yeah, and that won't happen. Yeah,
you keep them grounded.
Guaranteed. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
we'll definitely do that. Going back to what I mentioned earlier about all the teams that are raising their level of play in the conference, I do want to know if the league standing to this point have shaped up the way you anticipated them to be, or have there been some real surprises thus far in the Southland?
We hadn't seen any of everybody yet, so it's hard to say. We're just done it on film, but I think there's a couple of small. Southeastern obviously is playing really well, and they got us opening night of conference play and have continued that on. They're probably the biggest surprise. But I think as we start to see teams like Sam and Lamar for the first time, and UCA when they come in real soon, we'll kind of really get a better idea where everybody shakes out.
Yeah, Central Arkansas is also an undefeated team, as is Stephen F. Austin. We'll see them not this week, but the following week, as we'll be returning to the Dugan Wellness Center for the Pink Game.
That's right.
That's usually the biggest game of the season.
It's a
we got the biggest
match.
biggest opponent of the season,
right?
Thus far, tell us about the Pink Game and the significance of that to the program.
Yeah, it's since I've been here, it's always been a primary match. It's something that they've put a lot of effort into, and we draw really, really well, and it's a fun night, big environment, and it's something we all look forward to.
Dig Pink, it's something special each and every year. Coach, you're heading out on the road. Want to wish you the best of luck and bring home two.
All right, we'll do it. Thanks.
Tony Greystone joining us here in the locker room talking some Islanders volleyball. When we come back, we'll bring you up to speed on what's next for Islanders Athletics. More to come on Islanders Insider.
Whether you're on the road or at home, GoIslanders.com is your source for Texas A&M Corpus Christi athletics. From live stats to live video to all the latest news, GoIslanders.com has everything to keep you up to date on all the latest on your favorite Islanders team. Check out Islanders schedules and statistics and learn more about the student athletes at the Island University. Get tickets, Islanders game day gear, and more by clicking your way to GoIslanders.com today. Go Islanders!
Welcome back to Islanders Insider. At this time, let's bring you up to speed on what's next for Islanders Athletics. On Friday, October 17th, Islanders soccer will return to the Dugan Soccer Stadium as it's Kick Cancer Night as they play Abilene Christian at 7 o'clock. There are free pink rally towels for the first 200 students, courtesy of KRIS. On Friday, October 24th, Sam Houston State will come to town. That also a 7 o'clock start time that Friday evening. Then Sunday, October 26th, it'll be the Islanders taking on Houston Baptist, a 1 o'clock start, and it'll be Senior Day as they honor the 3 Islander seniors. Islander volleyball will get back to the court on Thursday, October 16th as they travel to the University of Incarnate Word. That is a 7 o'clock start time. Then Saturday, October 18th, they'll continue their road swing as they travel to Abilene to take on Abilene Christian at 2 p.m. On Tuesday, October 21st, they'll return to the Dugan Wellness Center as they play Central Arkansas in the traditional Dig Pink game. That is a 7 o'clock start. Then on Thursday, October 23rd, Nichols comes to town, also 7 o'clock, followed by McNeese State coming on Saturday, October 25th, that game to be played at 1 p.m. And finally, Islanders Cross Country will hit the road as they travel all the way to Tuscaloosa, Alabama to the University of Alabama Invite. That's Friday, October 17th, with the race beginning at 6 p.m. Once again, we want to thank Shanna Caldwell, head coach of Islanders Soccer, and Tony Greystone, head coach of Islander Volleyball, for joining us once again here in the locker room. And most importantly, we thank you for tuning in. I'm Stephen King. This has been Islanders Insider.